Welcome to Champion Series of CAIIB preparation. In Champion Series, we are going through each and every chapter and important topics of that chapter for ABM as well as BFM. Okay, so follow this video up till end. And today's topic is time value of money. I'll explain you the concept of time value and of money and explain and take few problems. So follow this video until end. Firstly, download Adda 24/7 app on your mobile. Join our Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. On this app, you will get all the study material, video lectures, live classes, plus even Macmillan books, directly everything in one go. So don't go here and there. Just go for the leaders, okay? The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet, right? Means whenever you give more time to education or knowledge for that sake, you give more time to knowledge, then the result of that knowledge will be best when it comes in the future. Okay, we are running this batch of ABM, BFM and retail, so join this batch as fast as possible. Today only we have started this BFM, so go for it. It has started from March 28th, but BFM has started from today, so join as fast as you can, because you know how tough BFM is. Okay, from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. it's a morning batch. It's totally English batch. Join as fast as possible. Otherwise, you will repent afterwards if you don't join BFM. Okay. We are the official partners of IIBF and as well as Macmillan. So remember, we are bigger and better. Use this code Y432 for purchasing anything, even the classes. I'll show you at the end what's the use of this code. Okay. So let's start with the topic. Time value of money. Basically, this topic you might have studied it in JAIIB also, accounts, right? Same topic is continued over here, but a bit tougher one. Okay. So time value of money. What is basically time value of money? Suppose if I ask you, today you can buy some XYZ articles with 100 rupees notes. Will you be able to buy the same number of articles after 10 years with the same 100 rupee note? No, right? Why no? Because as the time passes, inflation eats up the value of the money, isn't it? Inflation eats up the time value of the money. So that is basically time value of money. Means if I have to receive 1 lakh today or I have to receive 1 lakh after 5 years, which is better? Obviously now is better, because after 5 years the value of that 1 lakh would be roughly 70 to 80,000 as of today, isn't it? So that's why I would always prefer getting the money now. So that is the basic meaning of time value of money. Money available at present time is worth more than the same amount of future due to its potential earning capacity. Now what does this mean? This is important sentence of time value of money. You get it for 1 marks. Remember, you get such lines for 1 marks. So what do you mean by this? Money available at present time means now if I have let's say 1 lakh is worth more than the same amount 1 lakh after 1 year due to its earning capacity. Means if I get 1 lakh now, what can I do? I can put it in FD, I can put it in mutual funds, I can put it in stocks, and then after 1 year that 1 lakh will be roughly 1 lakh 20,000. If I put it in stocks, maybe means I am taking the positive view, 1 lakh 30,000 also, right? In FD it will be 1 lakh 5,000 roughly, right? But it will earn something. So what does this sentence mean? The same thing, that money at present time is worth more than the money in the future because of its earning capacity, right? It will earn, it will be used as a capital. Okay, so look at this figure. Always remember, picture speaks the 1,000 words. Okay, see this 10,000 now and 10,000 after 3 years. Which one is better? This. Why? Because 10,000 now means what? It will earn me 10,000 after 3 years plus the interest on that. If I go on compounding, it will be a compounded interest, right? And if I get 10,000 after 3 years, then what will I be getting at present? If I bring it down, so it will be to present level, it will be 10,000 minus interest. So the value of this 10,000 will be lesser at present time, isn't it? So that is the meaning of the sentence over here. 10,000 at present time is worth the 10,000 more, has more worth than the 10,000 after 3 years because of its earning capacity. This earning capacity is the interest. Okay, understand this concept very well. Time value of money. The cash flow of the future is worth less than the similar cash flow today, because people prefer present consumption to future consumption. Means present, if I tell you drink Coke now, or drink thumbs up now, or drink thumbs up after 1 week, which one is better? You'll always prefer consumption now. If I tell you bring the car today or bring the car after 1 year, which one is will you be preferring? Today. That's what the meaning of the sentence is. People prefer present consumption to future consumption. People would have to be offered more in future to give up the present consumption. Means what? More to be offered means it's simple. Suppose if I tell you I'll give you 1 lakh today, and you spend it or whatever you do it. But if I tell you instead of giving it today, I'll give you after 1 year, same 1 lakh, you'll say no, because 1 lakh today is worth for you. So what will I say? Okay, I will give you 1,30,000 after 1 year. Then you will calculate, okay, 1 lakh now, if I put it in FD, it will be 1,05,000, 6,000 roughly, isn't it? And this guy is giving me 1,30,000 after 1 year. So you will prefer at that time 1 lakh after 1,30,000 after 1 year. Why? People would have to be offered more in future to give up the present consumption. Correct? That is the meaning over here. Due to inflation, the value of money or currency depreciates or erodes over a period of time, right? What is inflation? Inflation eats up the value of that money. Okay? So as the inflation moves on and on and on for years, it will erode the value of that money. That's why we took the example with 100 rupee note, something which you can buy today. You can't buy the same thing after 10 years, isn't it? This happens due to inflation. The greater the inflation, the greater is the erosion in the value of the rupee in future, right? The greater is the erosion in the value. Means if the inflation is very high, have you seen any very high inflation? That is called as hyperinflation. Hyperinflation. Where have you seen this presently? How many of you read the newspapers or follow the websites? Okay, news websites. Tell me, right? In which country you have seen hyperinflation presently? Right? I'll give you 5 seconds. Which country? Okay, I'll give you the options also. Okay. Hyperinflation, Sri Lanka. Second one is Bhutan, and third one is Nepal, and fourth one is India. Which one have you seen the hyperinflation? Right, now you are typing correctly, because we bankers are always in need of options. What are the options? No, that's not the right way to think actually. You must be able to gather the names by yourself, not by the options. Okay, so life doesn't give you options. Okay, means in written, it gives you the way to think. So move on. So the 4 options are these, and which one everyone has typed correctly now? That is Sri Lanka. We have seen hyperinflation in Sri Lanka now, right? So the greater the inflation, the greater is the erosion in the value of rupee. Have you seen any other country? For example, Zimbabwe, right? Zimbabwe, many of the South African countries, even Venezuela, this South American country, that also facing the same problem, right? Why? Hyperinflation, various reasons. We are not concerned with those reasons. I'll take a separate lecture about that later. Okay. So the point is, hyperinflation means immediate rise in the inflation due to certain uncertain situations or unseen situations, right? Which are happening in Sri Lanka. All that payment debt crisis. They are not able to repay the China's debt now. Okay. So you can read that. Due to uncertainty in receiving of the cash flow in the future, the value of the cash flow in future reduces further. Correct? Means here, of course, inflation is there, everything is there, but there is also one important point, that when I say I'll give you 1,30,000 after 1 year, or 1 lakh at present, which one will you prefer? Of course, now you will prefer 1,30,000, but there is an uncertainty in that 130. Why? I am saying I will give you, but in the future, if I don't give you, then? So when I say take 1 lakh now, means what? You are getting 1 lakh now. And when I say 1,30,000 after 1 year, means that's an assurance. Things can go wrong. I can get back from my assurance. I can turn away from my assurance, right? So this is the uncertainty in receiving the cash flow. That's why people always prefer present money. Of course, if the calculations are very high and the person is trustworthy, then this risk minimizes. Okay. Present value versus future value. What is the meaning of this? Here, you might have read this in your JAIIB also and in many books also, but reading is not important. Formulae are not important. I'll show you the formula in the next slide. That's not that important. Important is understanding the concept. See here, whenever you are going from present to future, you are going towards compounding. Always remember this. From present to future, you are going towards compounding. And whenever you are coming back from future to present, you are doing discounting. Okay? Compounding means going from today to future. Compounding. Coming from future to today is discounting. Okay? Or even today, not even today. If I go from today to 5 years back, then also discounting. Same logic. So going back is discounting, coming up or going forward is compounding. That's a simple logic. Now this is an important slide for you. Very important slide. This will cover the entire chapter of your time value of money and the problems on that. Okay? So what is that? See here, time value of money will always be divided into future and present value. Always. Okay? So we'll consider one by one. See here, the time value can be, I can do the investment in two types, right? One is lump sum, second is annuity. Lump sum means what? One stroke. FD. Right now invest 1 lakh and I'll get it something after 5 years. So that is lump sum. And annuity means what? In terms of regular payments. Now one important concept about annuity is, always remember this. What should I know about annuity and when I can call something as annuity? Okay, I'll ask you an important question. Is your electricity bill an annuity? Electricity bill. Type yes if you say it's an annuity. Electricity bill, because you are paying every month. So is this an annuity? Type yes if you feel correct. Type no if you feel no. Type yes if you feel right. So type yes. Everyone is typing. Many of you are typing yes because we are paying it every month. No. Remember, electricity bill is not an annuity. Why? See here, for something to be an annuity, there are three things. See this, PRN. These three things are very important. Means what? Which one? One is the total period of that annuity. Means MSCB bill. Do I know up to what time have I to pay this MSCB bill or electricity bill? After 1 year for 3 years or 4 years? No. Right? So that's why this is gone. Second, frequency of payment. Yeah, that is correct. In electricity bill, we always get the frequency of payment. Every month I have to pay. That's done. The amount of every frequency should be same. The amount of every frequency should be same. That is a major component of annuity. Is your electricity bill same every month? No. So that's why it's not an annuity. So which is an annuity? Annuity, RD, recurring deposit. What is an RD? You pay every month some fixed amount and you know the end period of that tenure of that payment, and every month is this, fixed month is there, end is near. That's why it's an annuity, isn't it? Similarly, loan repayment, EMIs. You know the EMIs. Up to what time you have to pay, that also you know. Frequency also you know. So understood this point. So the point over here to understand is annuity means what? Now tell me again the three qualities of annuity just now which I told you. Yeah, just in one word. First is end period, tenure, right? Second is frequency, right? Correct. Everyone is typing this, frequency. And third is frequency amount. Okay. So done. Move ahead. Okay. So now for lump sum. For lump sum, the case is very easy. See here, it's that simple. Lump sum means just use this compound interest formula. What is this compound interest formula? A equals to P into 1 plus R raised to N. Now what is R? R is the rate of interest. N is what? Period. Now rate per period and N is number of periods. Okay. Now the important part over here is, see here, always remember this rule, this table. If you are doing the half yearly calculations, means if the compounding cycle is half yearly, then divide R by 2 and multiply N by 2. Okay, always remember this. Divide R by 2, multiply N by 2. If you are doing this compounding cycle quarterly, then divide R by 4, multiply N by 4. Okay, let it be lump sum, let it be annuity. Both the ways the table remains the same. Okay, so now lump sum done. Next is annuity. Annuity will be of two types, due and ordinary, right? Ordinary annuity and due. Due means what? At the beginning of the period. Means when I pay at the beginning of the period, that's called as annuity due. Means what? For example, let's say the rent of every of the house in which you live, right? Suppose if it's a rented house, then the rent is always paid at the beginning of the month. So that is annuity due, right? Ordinary means what? At the end. Means where I pay at the end. Which one do you pay at the end? EMI of the loans. EMI is always paid at the end of the month. Okay. So ordinary and due. Clear? Now how to remember all these formulas? See here, there are four things: future value, present value, due and ordinary. So it becomes four formulae. Always remember the future value formula only. P into 1 plus r raised to n minus 1 upon r. Okay. Only this much. Once you remember future value, from future to present, how to go about it? Just divide this future by 1 plus r raised to n. See this, I have written it over here. F upon 1 plus r raised to n. Whatever answer you get, divide it by 1 plus r raised to n. So same formula, see again. Just 1 plus r raised to n is divided. That's it. Now if you have to go from ordinary to due, just remember the same formula again and multiply it by 1 plus r. 1 plus r multiplied, 1 plus r multiplied. Done. If you have to get the EMI formula, how to get about it? Just use this present value formula and reverse this. See this, just reverse this, numerator, denominator. See the formula. P into R into 1 plus R raised to N, the whole upon 1 plus R raised to N minus 1. Are you saying it? Just denominator has gone up, numerator has gone down, and this P becomes the loan amount. Okay? And R, suppose if this R is quarterly, then divide by 4 and multiplied by 4. The number by which you divide R, same number you will multiply N also. Okay? Now look at the problems. The population of town 3 years ago was 25,000. If the population in these 3 years has increased at a rate of 8%, respectively, find the population, present population. So, what am I given? Earlier one means what here? I'll explain you over here. Understanding is very important. See here, I'll draw this line. Earlier is given, this is given, and later is asked. This is asked. This is a question mark. So whenever the later is asked, it's always A which is asked. A comes always at the end and P comes always at the beginning. Okay. So now I got this point, A at the end, P at the beginning. And is there any annual investment? No. Well, the investment is also always what is given over here? Lump sum, one time. So it becomes, say this, it becomes A equals to P into 1 plus R raised to N. 25,000 is the present population given, means 3 years ago it was given. Then 1 plus R is what? Rate of interest 8%. What is it given? Annually. So do I have to divide anything using this table, this table will I use it now? No. Why? Because it's annually. If it was quarterly or half yearly, then I would have divided. So R, keep it as it is. N is what? 3 years given, isn't it? So just do it. 25,000 into 1 plus 0.08 raised to 3. So what is this? 1.08 raised to 3. Do the calculations. See if you get the same answer. Do it fast. See if you get the same answer. Type yes if you have got the same answer. Type yes if you have got the same answer. Everyone should do it. Everyone should do it. Okay. Type yes. Yes. Now guys are typing yes. Okay. So that is correct now. Done. Next. Effective rate of interest. Rate of interest on FD is 8% compounding quarterly. Find the effective rate of interest. Now this problem you might be seeing always in your banks whenever you are on the retail counter, basically liabilities counter. If you are compounding on the quarterly basis, half yearly basis, then the customer asks you, okay, this is your rate of interest, but what is the effective rate? What is the net rate which I will be getting? So to find out the net rate, always consider N as 1 year. Always remember this, N as 1 year. And this effective rate of interest compounding is quarterly. So how do you solve this? Keep it this simple. See here, rate of interest is 8% for 1 year. 1 year annually. But we are doing it quarterly now, means divided by 4. So 8 upon 4, that is 2%. So that's why I brought it to 0.02. 0.02 means what? 2 upon 100. Now the number by which you divide R means this 4. I have divided this R by 4. So same number you will multiply to n also. What was n earlier? What did I tell you? Effective rate of interest for calculation. I told you calculate this year, take this year as 1. So now same number 4 I will multiply to 1 also. That's why it's 4. So what is the answer? 1.02 raised to 4. Now take this 1.0824. This is the answer. You can do it on your calci. Okay. So once you get this answer, how to find out the effective rate? It's simple. Just forget this 1 and multiply this by 100. So it becomes 8.24%. So that is the effective rate of interest. So what is the net amount which you are earning more? That is 0.24%. Why? Because you are compounding quarterly. Got this point? Everyone type yes if you understood. Type yes fast. Type yes. Okay. Now there are 4 problems over here. Amount is 50,000 received after 3 years. Today's value we have to find out, and rate is 8%. See here, this is a lump sum problem. Amount is 50,000 to be received after 5 years. So what is it given? Is this 50,000 A or P? This is A. Why? Because received after 3 years. I am getting something at the end. So that is A, and I have to find out P. Understand this. And that is a lump sum problem. Lump sum. So how to solve this? See this. 50,000 equals to P into 1 plus R raised to N. Okay. N is what? 3 years. R is what? 8%. So 1.08 raised to 3. 1.26. Right. 1.08 raised to 3 is 1.26. Do you know how to do it on the calci? Type multiply, first write 1.08, then into, equal to, go on in doing it up to the time you get 4 on that calci, on that right side. 4. Okay, that number 4 should appear on the right side of your calci. Then only the answer is correct. Whichever number you want over here, the right side number on that calci should be 1 above that. Okay, so 1.26. So P into 1.26, you get this P now. 50,000 upon 1.26, 39,680. So this is the answer, right? Second problem is 5,000 invested every half year end for 3 years. So at 8%, find the future value. So invested every half year end means, what is this now? Every half year end means this is an annuity problem, and it is for 3 years. And half year end means 6 months. So R will be divided by 2. And n will be multiplied by 2. So that's why look at this. Future ordinary formula. P into 1 plus R raised to n minus 1 upon R. What is R? It was 8 earlier. But what did we do? Half year. So divide 8 by 2. So we did it 4. And multiply n by 2. So n was 3. So it became 6. Right? 1.04 raised to 6 minus 1 upon 0.04. If you do the calculations on a calci, you will get this 6.63. So 5,000 into 6.63, you get 33,164. So this is the future value of the ordinary annuity. Why ordinary? Because it's at the end. Okay. See this, it's given. 50,000 invested at the beginning of the half year. Now again same problem. Beginning of the half year for 3 years, 8%, find the future value. See here, same problem repeated, but it's at the beginning. So now it is due. So what is the formula? Future here 50,000, 5,000, 5,000 invested at the beginning of the half year. So I want this future value again, but this is a due problem now. See here, future due equals to same formula, it's there, and only multiply by 1 plus R. So why do I do the same calculations again, which I have done it over here? So it's very simple. Future ordinary, whatever I have got it, into 1 plus R, 1.04. In exam, if you are asked only one thing, future due or future ordinary, you will have to do the full calculations. Okay. So answer is 34,492. So this is the future due which I have got it. Now what is the next question? What is the present value in all of the above cases? Mean these two cases, because here present value we have already got it. Present value is this only, 39,680. So what is this? Present formula here, and look at this slide. Never forget this slide. Present value means what? All the future values divided by 1 plus R raised to n. That's it. So see this formula, divided by 1 plus R raised to n. See this formula, divided by 1 plus R raised to n. That's it. So now we have already got these values above. Okay. So just use the answers which I have got it. Future ordinary present ordinary I am finding it. So future ordinary upon 1 plus r is to n, isn't it? Future ordinary is this 33,164 divided by 1.04 is to 6, right? So 26,209. Similarly, present due equals to future due upon 1 plus r is to n. So 34,492 upon 1.04 is to 6. So answer is 27,259. So that's it. These are the simple problems which you get in exam. Okay. So again I'll tell you, join our ABM, BFM and retail batch which has started this batch, and remember in this batch you are getting huge discounts also. How to gain those discounts I'll show you. See here, discounts, because after all money matters, isn't it? In life, whatever you say, whatever I say, what's important is money, because all of us are working for money, isn't it? So how to get the discount over here? See here, go to Adda 24/7, isn't it? Once you have gone there, see the front page, type Adda 24/7, go to the front page, see this, this is what you are getting. Banking, insurance, JAIIB, CAIIB, SSC, click on JAIIB, CAIIB. In JAIIB, CAIIB, again you are having two things. JAIIB, CAIIB, Mahapack, JAIIB, CAIIB, click on CAIIB. Okay. In CAIIB you get this exams, all these exams now. See this. Okay, one sec. There's some problem over here in the internet. Okay. You'll get these exams. Once you get this exam, just type the code in this Y432 in that. That's it. So you'll be guided over here. One sec. Let me see if I can get it. Otherwise, no net connection gone. Okay. So one sec. Not an issue. This much you can definitely look at it. Even we have the earlier videos also. Yesterday's video also you might have seen this thing. Okay. So go there, click on this code. What is the code? Everyone should type the code. What is the code? What code did I give you? Y. Type everyone. Y432. Right. Type that code. Okay. Once you type that code, immediately you will put that code and see the value. The amount reduces by roughly 77 to 80% as the scheme going on. Okay. So that is not a huge amount. Roughly, what are the fees for the exam for these classes? Roughly 4,500, 5,000 max to max. In 5,000, if you invest now, and the increment for CAIIB is what? Roughly 1,300. If you get 2 increments, if you are at a clerical level, and even if you are at a officer level, you will get the increment roughly 12 to 1,300. Same amount. Single increment of the officer is equivalent to the double increment of that clerical cadre. Okay. So you will get 1,300 roughly. In how many months will you recover this 1,300? 13 5s are 65, 13 4s are 52, right? So roughly 5,500 means 4 months you recover everything. And after those 4 months, whatever remains, whatever comes to you is purely yours. Now invest it in mutual funds, invest it in shares, and you will see the corpus which has come at the end of your career. So remember, this fees is not an investment for your basically CAIIB. It's a investment for your life. Okay. So join as fast as possible. Okay. I'll stop here. See you tomorrow again in the lecture, and see you in this batch. Okay.